Coming up on ATV News.
Logan City wants to raise your water bill. Not 10, not 20, not 30%. Keep going.
Jon Huntsman Sr. left behind more than the business school. We'll show you what his legacy means to USU.
Meeting strangers in a parking lot to sell your stuff can be scary. How the Logan Police Department is working to change that.
In weather, I'll tell you which of the next 7 days will be appropriate for outdoor activities.
The men's basketball bench broke last week. We'll tell you which starters had to jump back in to save the game.
All that and more, this is ATV News.
Welcome to ATV News. I'm Haley Hendricks.
And I'm Nicole Heaps. Jason Decker was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison this morning.
But I ask as his mother, Your Honor, that you be fair and just for Desiree and for her family, but to also have mercy on my son.
Decker, who is 17 years old, is accused of being an accomplice in the shooting last year of then 14-year-old Desiree Turner. Last week, Coulter Peterson, the boy who admitted pulling the trigger, was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. This morning, Turner told Judge Brian Cannell that Peterson kept the bullet shell he shot her with as a trophy, but her tone was softer this week.
I realize that I do not hate these boys. I hate what they did to me. I want us to follow the Savior, be kind, love one another, and choose good. Every day is hard, but I am strong and I am tough, tougher than a bullet.
Jon Huntsman Sr.'s funeral is this Friday. The billionaire philanthropist has strong ties to USU, beyond having his name on the business building. ATV's Braden Clark spoke with those who worked closely with him.
I talked with both the dean of the business school and the university's president. They both say that the school that is named after him was made better because of him.
This is the Jon M. Huntsman Library.
Dean Anderson gave us a tour of the Huntsman Library in the Huntsman School of Business.
We're surrounded by 3 wonderful display cases here on the 4th floor, and anybody that comes through here will have the opportunity to hear videos of interviews and speeches that Jon gave.
He says we can't measure Huntsman's importance to the university.
Because Jon gave us something that was far more significant even than the considerable cash contributions that he made. He gave us his name.
President Cockett says other than wanting USU to be the best business school west of the Mississippi, he truly cared about the students here.
He demonstrated that again and again and again through his gifts, through his words, through his time that he would spend with people here on campus, and I know he really sees the future of the world in our students.
During last year's graduation, Huntsman, along with the Koch Foundation, announced they'll donate $50 million to the business school. President Cockett says students are still benefiting from it.
His name looks out over Cache Valley, and those behind say that his impact, companies, and donations will continue to help those around the world. Braden Clark, ATV News.
Here in Logan, your water bill may soon get about 35% more expensive. The Logan City Council is considering the 35% water increase for next year and up to a 3% increase for each year of the 4 years. After that, the city says the increase will go toward helping Logan's water master plan, which includes things like improvements and maintenance to the existing infrastructure as well as in larger projects. The city says that while the rate increase may seem drastic, it will ultimately help long term.
We as a water department, we know it's painful. We looked at lots of scenarios that were not this painful, but they became painful in the future by increasing our bonding. and then we lose freedom and options with a larger debt service.
The council will ask for public comment on this plan in the second meeting of March.
Buying and selling online through Facebook or KSL has become the norm the last few years, but meeting up with strangers at their home or in a parking lot can be a little scary. These 2 parking spaces on 300 North next to the Logan Police Department are reserved as an exchange zone, a safe place for buying and selling to strangers online, and child custody exchanges. The parking spaces are monitored by cameras 24 hours a day.
Having an area that is close to the police department and it's got a camera on it, I think it gives them a little bit of peace of mind that they can come and hopefully have a good, safe interaction with somebody that they don't know.
Hooley says these zones also help alleviate the amount of calls to Logan PD, so he encourages people to use them.
If you live in Hiram, your city council says you may be getting a new fire station soon. The council says they accepted a construction bid and set aside money for the estimated $900,000 project. Hiram City says the new station will be built where the old one now sits. The assistant fire chief says a new station is going to be a big addition to the city.
It's been something that we've been talked about for 20 plus years, and to see it actually come to light and hopefully here start seeing some dirt turned, it'll be exciting.
The council expects construction to begin in April and finish by December. When we come back, nuggets make for a tasty snack, but is knowledge even more satisfying?
It's been all over the country, and now it's here at USU. We'll show you what it is after break.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning, 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash, 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt. And to follow the swimming rules. You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer? Here in the garage.
Closet. Shoebox. Under the bed. Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
$250 free chicken nuggets were the way to get some USU students' attention. USU Networking rolled out the nuggets to get students to start networking themselves on Monday night. Students were listening to jazz guitarist Grammy nominee Corey Christiansen and Hadley Sargent, a student who will be working for Goldman Sachs in New York. They talked to students about the importance of networking. Eating chicken nuggets and talking to other Aggies, organizers hoped that students would meet people they could connect and network with.
Knowledge is like a golden nugget. You know, it's so important to have, and it's one of the most important things you can have.
Networking Week will host Women in the Workforce tonight and an alumni lecture series tomorrow, both at the David B. Haight Alumni House at 7.
Can you imagine trying to design an entire community in the mountains? It sounds pretty tough, but a new technology on campus is making it easier. Bronson Teichert joins us live to show us how it works. Bronson?
That's right, Nicole. These mountains here in Cache Valley are similar to the ones you'll find in the Ogden Valley. And for that terrain, you're going to have variables like wind, runoff, and erosion. But there is a solution to that.
It makes coming to work a lot of fun.
I definitely feel cooler than some people.
This group is presenting design ideas for a company in the Ogden Valley. Students at Utah State are going to be taking on a big project for Powder Mountain. Instead of using old design methods like this, they're going to go with something a little bit more futuristic and more marketable in the future: virtual reality.
You are not trying to look at a two-dimensional map and then project that three-dimensionally in your mind and see in your mind's eye.
So right now what I'm doing is I'm looking at the current wind patterns coming from the north heading south.
So by putting on the virtual reality goggles, you're able to intuitively design because you have a great feel for the sense of the place, the scale, the way that elements are arranged on the site. And you're able to just intuitively then design as if you were actually in the actual landscape and you had a pen that you could draw all over.
In this virtual reality model of the Ogden Valley, the small blue arrows indicate the water flow, and the flashes of light traveling through the entire valley is the wind flow.
Seeing the 3D images alone is really awesome, and being able to maneuver through them was amazing. But having the added interaction of being able to see movement really helped communicate what exactly I was looking at, rather than just a bunch of random shapes.
They made designing on virtual reality look easy. I gave it a try. The only design I could come up with was my name. Making designs at 8,600 feet isn't easy, even with this technology. Professor George says their research on virtual design could pave the way for other universities and businesses. Bronson Teichert, ATV News.
Thanks, Bronson.
What do you think of when you hear the term soul food? The Black Student Union shows you what they think it means. Dancing on stage in the TSC Ballroom, the Black Student Union held Soul Food, an evening that brought students and faculty together to socialize, enjoy some Southern food, and be entertained by some of the school clubs. It's a charity event that helps fund the BSU for the upcoming year, and also brings a lot of fun.
It is so much fun, and it's always something you just never know what to expect every year, but it's always a good time.
Root says the name of the event was inspired by those who have gone through hard times but keep a good soul. If you'd like to learn more about the Black Student Union and their upcoming events, check out our Facebook page.
It's gone across the country, bringing women together to inspire and even to get their hands a little dirty. Now it's here at USU. ATV's Erin Cox shows us the new project here on campus.
He rocks that.
These women,
We have just like a black and white photograph.
are cutting out stencils.
We're cutting away at the dark parts.
And for some, cutting stencils is...
This is my jam. I love this.
What they love. But not all the women here are artists.
27 faculty and staff.
With a few students too.
Student senators from the various colleges.
All together to work on pieces...
This is the work in progress mural that we're working on.
...of a bigger project.
After cutting out their stencils, then paint over it, and then add it to the many stencils that'll be on 2 new panels for the original 7 of this mural.
The images in this mural, because there's so many faces that you walk into the room and this mural slaps you in the face with this huge crowd of women, it's a shock, and that's what we're after.
Wanting attention and wanting to get women together.
With the national climate and with the feminist movement and the Me Too movement, it just feels very timely that we can come together and celebrate women who have created such positive change.
These kinds of projects remind us that there's still work to be done. There's still work in progress, right?
Erin Cox, ATV News.
Artists will continue to work on the mural until the beginning of March. Once the mural is finished, it will be on display at the Leonardo Museum in Salt Lake.
When we come back, ATV's Yasmin Aguirre will have your Cache Valley weather report.
Your current temperature is 49 degrees.
listen now. Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun?
Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite,
unearth hidden passion.
Survival, have a good time.
Living seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall.
One book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first little thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Yasmin Aguirre is here with us in the studio to tell us what weather we have coming up.
Yeah, Yas, what do we have going on? I'm hoping for some sunshine.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Well, it's been pretty sunny, right? So we'll see what's going on. So if you follow me over here, so it looks like there's a huge storm coming in, hitting the east. Looks like it's coming in from Texas. All this green right here indicates rain, possibly some flooding. The blue up here in the northeastern states, that's freezing, maybe even some snow. So huge storm coming over here, so if you plan on traveling anywhere in the east, make sure to pack accordingly. Aside from that, the majority of the map looks like it's going to be pretty clear. Some perspiration over here or precipitation over here in California, up through Oregon and Washington. Utah, we look pretty clear. We might get some rain or some snow, maybe coming in through Idaho. Let's look at our local forecast. So again, pretty clear, maybe a little bit of rain or snow in Salt Lake, Ogden, but for the most part, go ahead and go outside, do something fun. Looks like it's going to be pretty sunny. We can go over to our 7-day. So today started off pretty sunny, and the clouds came in, got really chilly. Make sure to wear a jacket. The high is 49. Then we brought it down to 31. Tomorrow, looks like it's going to be a pretty sunny day, high of 53, low of 35. Friday, high of 54, low of 27, some clouds, overall pretty warm. Saturday, we might get some snow. We haven't had that in a while, so maybe that could be a little exciting. Go out there, do some skiing or something. High of 44, low of 17. Come over here onto Sunday. Also going to be a really, really nice day, nice and sunny, high of 42, low of 23. Monday, again, we might get some snow, high of 43, low of 24. And Tuesday looks like it's going to be pretty nice overall, some clouds. But yeah, so the week looks pretty nice. What do you guys think?
Yeah, looks like it's warming up, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm so excited for it. I'm excited to just go outside. I mean, it's probably not best that it's warming up this early, but you know, for me, it's nice to go outside.
Yeah, go outside, do
Well,
something fun.
And Sunday will be a perfect day for skiing.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm going out there.
Coming up in sports, 10th all-time score in floor. We'll show you who's bringing it to the mat. Aggies basketball is going to be missing a big name in their game this week. We'll show you who it is coming up.
body language. Without saying a word, it can tell you so much. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment, and that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Welcome to ATV Sports. I'm Shani Howard. Men's basketball guard Kobe McEwen had a game full of personal bests last week. These are McEwen's first 2 points of the game, but they wouldn't be his last. McEwen finished the game with the career high of 31 points, but he wasn't the only one to score big last week. With 17 minutes left on the clock, Sam Merrill drives the ball through the lane and scores, bringing Aggies up to 50. At the end of the game, Merrill added his own 18, and starting forwards Dwayne Brown Jr. and Quinn Taylor threw in a combined total of 15 points. But Coach Duryea was not satisfied with the guys off the bench.
Quite honestly, I thought our bench tonight was awful. And I thought their preparation, their approach was awful, and their performance reflected that. And second half, we were basically over there and did not feel like we could sub.
The Aggies defeated New Mexico 89-80. Despite playing well last game, starting forward Quinn Taylor could be off the court for a while due to a medical injury that prevented him from traveling with the team to Wyoming. Details about the injury have not been released yet, but we will post any updates on our Facebook page. They jumped, they flipped, and ultimately they flopped in their loss to Boise State University. The Aggies gymnastics team scored high on the floor, mostly thanks to Autumn DeHardy, who scored a career high of 9.925, a score that ties with the 10th all-time rank in USU history. Unfortunately, only 2 Aggies placed in the top 5 for the bars, and only 1 on the beam and vault. Despite their defeat, head coach Amy Smith is optimistic.
We made improvements tonight, and it was pretty solid across the board. So can't complain about the performance.
Utah State Gymnastics will compete in the next meet at UC Davis. With 2-time Mountain West champion title on the line, Utah State's men's tennis team had a lot at stake as they started off the year's conference. The Aggies had a rough start on the doubles match, but they eventually pulled through with Sam Serrano and Vladimir Holm securing their winning status with a 6-4 win. Head coach Wilson believes that despite having the game earlier in the year than normal, his team is headed for another win.
It's kind of strange playing in February, but nonetheless a good start, and hopefully we can keep building on it.
The match ended with the Aggies sweeping Boise with a final score of 4-0. Men's tennis will take on Texas this Friday. That's all for Aggie Sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Hey, thanks, Shani. And coming up, do you want less trash? We'll show you one eco-friendly alternative.
Do you miss farmers markets in the winter? One place not too far away keeps its doors open despite the cold.
So how much longer do you think we're going to be studying for?
Probably another hour or so.
Okay.
What's up, Mark? What's up? How you doing? How are you? Good. What you doing? Picking some stuff up?
Yeah, just get some stuff to make dinner for Rachel.
Oh man, that's why you're an awesome boyfriend. Thank you. See you later.
All right, see you.
Where have you been? Do you know how long I've been waiting? I don't care. What did you even get? You don't do anything right. Is that what I said?
Sorry.
What are you good for? You're such an idiot. You know, you drive me crazy. I've been texting you, you don't respond to me. You make me talk to you this way. This isn't what I want. You do this. You're the dumb one. Why am I with you?
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Experts say composting is useful if you're wanting to help out the environment. I went to see how your leftovers can be reused to help grow more food for you to eat. There used to be a compost bin located here in the Taggart Student Center at Utah State University before it was taken out last year due to contamination from what students were putting into the bin. One of the reasons students were doing this, according to the USU Sustainability Coordinator, it's lack of education.
Some people want to do the right thing and they don't know. So if like the bottom part of a cup is compostable because it's like special kind of paper and the top is plastic, people might put the entire cup with the lid into the compost and that doesn't work.
As far as what does work, she says the easiest way to identify if something is compostable is to think about whether it is plant matter or if it is made from plant. When something is composted, it is taken to a composter and mixed with other compostable things. It is then mixed with wood chips and unloaded to cure for up to a few months. By that point, it can be brought up to campus and put into flower beds, like these.
This spring you'll see steam coming up.
For this USU environmental studies major who composts at home here in her backyard, she says the act of composting is something that is very important.
It's resources that are wasted. There's so much energy, water, and nutrients that go into your food, and we can't use all of it even if you eat all your food and leftovers, like the cores and rinds of something. So it's good to just reuse it and have that nutrients and those resources put back into the ground. And it drastically decreases how much you throw away too.
For more information on how you can get involved with composting, visit our Facebook page.
Most farmers markets shut down in the fall when the fruits and veggies do, but one is still running just 45 minutes away. The Ogden Winters Farmers Market is still running at Union Station. There are vendors outside and inside, homemade clothes, jewelry, baked goods, and a place to keep warm.
$10. This is inside, obviously, because we were expecting it to be cold, but it's not, so, you know, whatever. Our normal farmer's market is along 25th Street in the summer, and it's hot outside.
Thank you for joining us today for ATV News.
If you'd like to see more local Cache Valley news, check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages.
We'll leave you with some shots of USU Ceramics Guild Valentine's mug sale.
Have a great rest of your week, Aggies.